So this is another exercise where we're tweaking a traditional exercise. We're doing leg abduction, but I've also combined it with something that's similar to a side plank, but we're moving, and we're putting the whole thing together. So we get quite an interesting exercise, which makes it more interesting for your participants to participate in, but also can build fatigue in a fairly short period of time. So lying down on the floor, and your head can be either resting against your arm, or you can have your elbow bent. So this hand plays a really important role in stabilizing the body. So I'm going to roll my body slightly towards that arm and keep it there, right? So all I'm going to do is lift up my top leg. Now, I can keep, it's really important that you go slow with this motion, so really slow, and you're not lifting the leg up really high. Yep, so you're not lifting the leg up high at all. So I can keep the arm lengthened out, it's up to you, whatever's comfortable. But then the next option, the next change was adding that top arm action. So again, we're not working that hard here. Yep, I'm just lifting the hand and bringing the arm towards the leg rather than lifting the leg up towards the hand. So it's important that they're keeping the leg low. Now you would start feeling a little bit of abduction fatigue here. So I like doing 2 blocks of music here before I then shift that bottom arm forwards, palm down the floor, and now lift the torso up using that elbow against the floor. So it's teaching people how to get up off the floor, yep, in a sideways motion using that arm. It's a little bit like the side plank because there's some activity that's going on here, but then they get that full stretch out over the top of the head. Now, this is where we can add some elements that are very, very different from the traditional exercise. And that's where I move the top arm. And the top arm is going to go backwards and around. It's going to go backwards and around. So a bit like a massive freestyle circle action over the head. The leg still only lifts up at the same level that it has before. And I'm still propping myself up on the elbow. Now, the final change and option here was I swing the leg forwards in the opposite direction to the arm. Now, all of this motion actually makes you use your abdominals a lot, particularly your obliques. So I'm controlling that movement forwards and backwards with the arm and the leg. I'm also lifting my torso up laterally, so I'm getting a bit of lateral flexion that's happening with the spine, but I keep coming down and having that rest. Now, if you've got clients that have some pelvic floor issues, they usually don't have an issue with this, but if it is a problem, perhaps don't do the leg circles. Perhaps not use the arm circles and just focus on lifting the torso up and down with the leg and the arm action. So how far you go is going to be determined by your ability to cope with the intensity of the exercise, depending on where you are as far as strength with your pelvic floor. Once you've completed 2 blocks of that, swap over and repeat the entire process on the opposite side.